Hey there, and welcome to Locally Florida. I'm Tori B. Glass, and today's show is all about giving back and making a difference in our community. First up, we're going to chat with the president of Pensacola Sports about how they're improving lives throughout the power of athletics, followed by Alex Gillette's story. He's a 5-time Paralympic medalist who's doing incredible things. So if you're into having a healthy lifestyle, this is one episode you don't want to miss. Stick around. We've got a lot more show coming up for you on Locally Florida. There are several exciting events happening right here on the Gulf Coast. First up is Veterans Day on the Harbor, taking place Monday, November 11th. During this event in Destin, you can support veteran-owned businesses while you enjoy live music at Harbor Walk Village. It's a wonderful way to honor those who have served our country. There will be a special ceremony and veteran-owned businesses participating in their market. The market opens at noon, and live music begins at 5 p.m. If you're into homemade, handmade, and nature-made treasures and gifts, then you'll have to check out our next event. It's the Fall Arts and Crafts Fair at Intuitive Spiritual Center in Fort Walton on Saturday, November 16th. Come shop and find unique gifts before the holidays. Also on November 16th is the Fall Pensacola Food Truck Fest at Community Maritime Park. Tempt your taste buds and come hungry for this family-friendly event. There will be food trucks, vendors, live entertainment, a bounce house, and a food truck tasting competition. That's from 11 to 7 in Pensacola. On Sunday, November 17th, the 45th annual Toys for Tots ride is taking place starting at Emerald Coast Harley-Davidson. Registration starts at 8:30, and this is not just an event for the bikers. Jeeps and Corvettes are welcome to join the fun too. Every penny raised goes directly to supporting children in crisis in the Emerald Coast Children's Advocacy Center. So rev up your engines for a cause this holiday season with the Children in Crisis. On Thursday, November 28th, is the 30th annual Thanksgiving feast at Harbor Docks Restaurant. They will provide Thanksgiving dinners to all of those in need. Donations are going to be accepted for those wishing to make them, and all of the proceeds benefit Habitat for Humanity and Destin Harbor projects. Now let's shift gears into something a little more active. We're thrilled to have Ray Palmer, president of Pensacola Sports, here with us on the show today. So stay tuned for more Locally Florida. Pensacola Sports is all about using the power of sports to strengthen our communities and improve lives across the Panhandle. Let's hear more about the programs that they're leading and their impact and how they're making that impact right here in Florida. Welcome to the show, Ray Palmer, president of Pensacola Sports.
Thank you, Tori. We appreciate you having us, and we're thrilled to be here.
I'm so glad you're here too. Now, Pensacola does have a very rich sports culture. Can you tell me a little bit more about Pensacola Sports and how they are helping to make a difference and a prime destination out of Pensacola for sports tourism?
Absolutely, Tori. And as you mentioned, Pensacola and our surrounding area has an extremely rich history in sports. And Pensacola Sports actually has a very deep and rich history as well. We were actually founded in 1956 by an initiative by some business leaders in our community. And so our mission is to improve the quality of life through the power of sport.
And athletics are such a big part of Florida culture and the lifestyle that they have here. So what major sports events can locals look forward to in Pensacola over the next few months? Like, I want to hear all of the details, the who, what, when, where, ticket opportunities.
Oh, absolutely. Well, the we just wrapped up a charity tennis tournament that we had. It was very successful this past weekend. But our next big exciting adventure is the Southeastern Conference Women's Soccer Championship, their conference championship. So we're excited because the SEC, we have a partnership with them. This will be our third year of a multi-year contract. We're excited because they've added Texas and Oklahoma, two huge institutions in the college athletic world. And so hopefully their fan base will get a chance to come see all the wonderful things that we have to offer in Pensacola. That's our first big thing starting in the first week of November.
Women's soccer, that sounds really exciting. And I know there's probably families and fans that are really looking forward to seeing that happen.
Absolutely, and we have seen this event grow. We set records with the records crowd for their women's championship when we first hosted it a couple of years ago, and each year it gets a little bigger. And so we're really excited about having the SEC start up out.
Well, for those watching, how can they find out more about ticket opportunities? Absolutely.
Well, tickets are very affordable. The ticket information, you can either go to the SEC website, or it's probably easier just to go to PensacolaSports.org. We have a variety of packages of tickets. Some tickets are as low as $5 for kids. Under 12, I believe, and the uniforms, they come in for free. But game tickets, we have season-long packages where people can buy and ticket packages for the entire tournament.
Well, that's really exciting and good news to have for anyone looking. Now, for someone who might want to get involved as more than just like a spectator, maybe they are interested in getting involved as an athlete. How can they go and be a part of the Pensacola Sports in that way, or even as a volunteer?
Well, PensacolaSports.org is the magic word for everything, right?
Okay.
That's where everybody, you can go. You can find out volunteer information. You can find out opportunities for partnerships, sponsorships. Y'all are obviously a great partner of ours and very supportive of what we have done for many, many, many of our years, and we thank y'all again always for that. But if you want to learn about Pensacola Sports, PensacolaSports.org. We also have a brand new home on Pensacola State College venue. We'd love people to come by, right by the baseball field, stop in, see our brand new house, if you will, and come get involved. We're a volunteer-driven organization. We have a relatively small staff of only 5 people, 6 full-time people, and then the rest counts on the community.
You hear that, community? They want you to come and check out their facility and stop by and be a volunteer, be involved as a spectator. Now, Ray, I have a little bit of a personal question. I want to know, what has been your most memorable or impactful experience with Pensacola so far? You got any good stories?
Well, I've been in Pensacola all of my 66 years virtually, other than being actually born outside. So my most memorable in community is, I think I got too many to pick one.
Kind of threw you on the spot there.
Yeah, absolutely, but that's okay. I would say probably just anything that has to do with being out on the water is probably the most memorable for me. Being out there with my kids, my grandchildren, and those kind of experiences is really important to me.
Well, that works for the Florida lifestyle indeed. So,
yeah.
Well, if you're interested in finding out more about Pensacola Sports, we're going to put the number right there on the screen as well as the website. And Ray, I know that we are very lucky to have you over here. And tell us again those dates for those women's soccer tournaments that you have coming up.
Yeah, it'll begin the first Sunday in November. I believe that's the 2nd, and it'll run through the 9th will be the championship game. And so we hope to see you all out there. Get your tickets now, because they are selling, and we do actually have a cap of the number of tickets that we sell. We're looking for a sellout.
Well, thanks again for coming on, Ray. And you guys don't go anywhere, because we have more interesting and exciting Florida lifestyle stories coming up on Locally Florida. Stay tuned. Now it's time we hear from an ambitious athlete himself. Alex Gillette's story is phenomenal. He's a 5-time Paralympic medalist, 4-time world champion, and world record holder long jump for totally blind athletes. Let's hear his story.
I'm Alex Gillette, 5-time Paralympic medalist, 4-time world champion, and world record holder in the long jump for totally blind athletes. I lost my sight when I was 8 years old. My mom, she was the one who told me that I don't want you to be bound by society's expectations and opinions of what they believe that you can and cannot do. You decide what you can do and no one else. Nice. Running and jumping without your eyesight is one of the most incredible feelings out there. Wesley, he walks me to that start mark where I begin my run. He'll then jog to the opposite end, which is about 115 feet, 34, 35-ish meters away, giving me the best target possible with his voice and his clapping hands. When I leave the ground, though, to jump and soar through the air,
ooh, there you go,
and eventually land in the sand, that is my way of defying gravity. I equate gravitational pull to naysayers and people who attempt to hold you down and lock you to the earth. No one is going to lock me to the earth. I'm going to fly.
Big breath, get tight.
Never be bound by other people's expectations and opinions. Understand that there is a duality in life. You're going to have good times, you're going to have some bad times. There's positive, there has to be negative. When you experience those negative moments in life, when you experience those times that seem very overwhelming, very daunting, seem to weigh you down, you just know that just beyond that is something incredible and something amazing. No need for sight when you have a vision is a mantra that I came up with. Eventually, I started to notice that it was much more than just something to stamp on a pamphlet or a website. It's my life. At the end of the day, it's not our eyes that ultimately determine success. It's our ability to see that vision, to develop that plan, connect with the right people, and do everything in your power to bring that vision into fruition. My ultimate goal as an athlete is to go to the Paralympic Games and to win a gold medal. Beyond athletics, my goal is to continue being an advocate, a mentor, an ally, and be a guide for other people so that they can navigate down their own runway and soar into their destiny.
Should you take health advice from the internet and social media? Here's what you need to know. According to a study by Washington State University and Ed Weeks Research Center, social media users are trusting popular influencers for health-related content rather than seeking expert medical advice. The study found that 3 topics consistently go viral on TikTok: sexual health, diet, and exercise. From a health communications perspective, this is kind of concerning because many of these videos focus on an aesthetic and sometimes dangerous advice, like this person encouraging people to stop drinking water.
Why to stop drinking water and why you should too, part 4.
In the study, a group of doctors analyzed 500 TikTok videos for studies related to health, ADHD, trauma, and depression. They discovered over 83% provided misinformation, and 91% of it featured individuals without proper qualifications or even licensing. So I reached out to David Montgomery, board-certified cardiologist in internal medicine, news contributor, and managing partner at Prevent Clinic Atlanta. When it comes to the internet, is it ever okay to use that to diagnose a medical problem?
So I want you to read. I want you to use it all you want to. Don't bank on it. I want you to then take that information, be informed, and then go talk to a doctor. That's the missing piece. If you then, do the diagnosis and then sit there and say, oh yeah, I got it. This bump is just a mosquito bite. I was in the woods and maybe this is just a tick bite. Let me just make sure I'm okay. When in fact, it could be a tumor. Well, the other side of that is true too. You can say, oh my God, this is a tumor. When in fact, all it is a mosquito bite because you were at the picnic yesterday. If you bump your knee and you've got a little abrasion on your knee and the abrasion is healing, and you're treating it fine, great. That's super mild. If you've got things that you're scratching your head and you're learning stuff on Google you've never heard about that thing, that should not just rest at Google. Go ahead, read that, but then call me on the phone. Go to the urgent care. We have docs on you can pull up your phone and see a doc and talk about it. When? Right now. Everything's got a scale, but you should always be talking to a medical professional.
So when it comes to trusting the internet or social media, it's better to look at some of the smaller things, but ultimately reach out to your physician. Remember, your health is too important to trust to just anyone. Let's make informed decisions and prioritize our well-being. Big thanks to Style with Grace Online Boutique for sponsoring this video. Style doesn't have to be expensive. If you're looking for something that's bold, stylish, and affordable, ladies, you got to check out stylewithgrace.co. They have unique accessories and outerwear. Use the promo code to get a discount on your first order.
Now for some musical entertainment from our Radio Live musical guest, Dylan LeBlanc.
And day by day, night after night I run, can't get away with all I've done. But I was young, fire hot on my tongue, a word to burn anyone. Now it's gone, the wheel I had to run. If I knew the Holy Father, would I be his bastard child? Born or hell needs water, would he lead me out these dark waters? These dark waters. Another year, I count them one by one, can't seem to stand who I've become. And all I wanted was an empty kingdom come after it all was said and done. You're gone with the wheel I had to run. If I knew the Holy Father, would I be his bastard child? Born or hell meets high water, would he lead me out these dark waters? bastard child. On her helmet, I wonder, would he lead me out these dark waters? These dark waters. These dark waters. These dark waters. These dark waters. These dark
Well, that wraps up another great episode of Locally Florida. A big thank you to our guests today, and especially thank you for spending your time here on the show. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media and catch our other episodes for more inspiring stories from right here in Florida. I'm Tori B. Glass, and until next time, keep celebrating all of the amazing things that Florida has to offer.